Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review of Amazon's Attack number 4. This is a new book from DC Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into this book. This book is written by Josie Campbell, with art by Vasco, Georgiev, Alex Guimarães, and colors, letters by Becca, Carey, and you'll see a few variant covers at the end of the issue, so stay tuned for that. So, as I've said before, this book really is showing us what's going on with the rest of the Amazons. This, I will tell you, there's an editor's note in here. The events of this book take place before Wonder Woman number 5. I These books started coming out almost at the same time, but I feel like Amazon's Attack fell behind Wonder Woman by one issue now, because that one, issue 5, just came out last week. So interesting. So we'll talk about the implications of that. But in this issue, we have Prison Break. Will Mary Marvel make it out alive as she struggles against waves of Belle Reeve superpowered convicts? Meanwhile, the truth behind the golden apples reveals itself. Is the goddess of discord to blame, or is there a mastermind pulling the strings? So this book is doing a few things very well. It's illustrating how the world sees the Amazons. And it's not being very subtle about the message behind that either, which I really appreciate. I think sometimes you just kind of have to go for it. It's also giving us a lot of really cool action, and it's doing a very good job at having us go through and see different points of view from these Amazons that we're following all throughout, right? Whether it be Yara, whether it be the story that's going on with Mary Marvel, or even Nubia, that who's also kind of following her own path. So it's balancing everything very, very well. I love that. I love seeing everything that's going on with different Amazons. Also, it's a very humorous book at some points. Like, I think Josie Campbell really captures some of the humor and the wit, and what makes some of these characters just really stand out. There's a lot of surprises here. As I mentioned, this takes place before issue 5 of Wonder Woman. So if you've read issue 5, don't be surprised by some of the characters that you see here, because that means, we haven't gotten to that point. So I don't want to go too deep into any spoilers. Now let's talk about the art. Vasco Georgiev, like, I've loved Vasco's work just from like being a fan online on Instagram. I'm very glad that we have an opportunity here to see just full comic book goodness. I love the character designs. I love how just the pacing of the issue, as we kind of check in on different Amazons across the world, because they are all split up. But also, when we highlight Nubia, that tells you that this story is probably very important, at least to this book, right? Especially if you know what happens with some of the characters here, if you read Wonder Woman number 5. And things get very weird, very crazy, kind of almost it's giving me like suspense thriller vibes with all the crazy writing here of the asylum all over the safe house. Very interesting to know that Amazons have safe houses kind of stashed all over the world. Very smart. It makes a lot of sense for their culture to have something in case something like this happens, where the world of man turns against them. And I just love the chemistry between all the characters that are involved. And we also keep unraveling this little mystery of like who really is behind everything that's going on, who put those apples out there, who's been enhancing some of these individuals, specifically some criminals at Belle Reeve, and just seeing them work together. It's a lot of fun. I really like this book. I think everything that's going on in the Wonder Woman universe of books over at DC, it's really hitting all the marks, and I really appreciate that, because for a long time, I can't remember the last time I was reading this much about Amazon books. So, like, really, really love that. So if you have read this issue, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. I don't know how long this issue is going to be. I mean, I don't know how long this series is going to go on for. Hopefully, this will be just kind of a companion piece all throughout the Wonder Woman run. I think that'd be really fun to see, because, like I said, I want to know what's going on with Diana for sure, but I also want to know what's going on with all the other Amazons that have been introduced in the universe. So, yeah. So as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. And don't forget your magical rabbit because you're going to need it. Bye-bye.